What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another vlog. It's been a while since I've actually vlogged, and today I wanted to vlog something that I've made public on my live streams, but I actually haven't shown you guys anything, and that's to do with my car. I blew my head gasket on my car, and because my car is a Subaru, it is extremely difficult to find somebody in Barbados to work on it, but luckily I have found somebody. However, I gotta wait a little bit for him to start work. So new job, and my car has this major issue. So this morning I need to start my car because I actually haven't started it in a week. I did start it yesterday for a little bit, but yeah, in this video I want to show you guys a lot of the nonsense or the injustices that happen in Barbados, especially when it comes to mechanics and how they behave and all kinds of different things. And I want to give a special shout out to the guy who's agreed to work on my car, and hopefully after all of this I'll bring you guys on that journey with me getting back my car and all kinds of different things. But I'll break down some of the issues I had the last couple of months regarding my car and a big garage here in Scape. I don't know if you guys know about them, but without further ado, just hit that like button, subscribe if you want to know more and you want to keep watching these kind of videos. And yeah, I'll be telling y'all. I'm gonna tell a tale today because the kind of stuff that I experience is just ridiculous. But let's go. So what I am going to do here, oh, you guys can see me. What I am going to do here, I'm going to unlock my car and we are going to go ahead and pop the hood. So this company, I took my car to a company a few months ago, wanting to, well, the reason I took it to them, oh, I didn't think about this. Give me a second, guys. The reason I took my car to this company is because one, I knew it was a big garage, so they should have done good work. And two, I wanted to have a vehicle to drive to go to work because I was working pretty far from where I live currently. So I wanted to take the car, and I wasn't too hurt about the amount of money because I had a good amount of savings. And so I took it there, they did work, and I want to show you guys something really quickly. So there is a part right down there, somewhere down there. I don't know, you guys might not be able to see it, but there's a part right down there where this hose right here is going into, called a coolant junction or a coolant housing. That was extremely brittle and broken, and I'll show you guys some pictures on the vlog. That was extremely brittle and broken, and my car was obviously leaking coolant. So I was getting some overheating issues. I was getting all kinds of issues in my car, and they didn't have the parking stop. Well, I didn't think of it as a big deal because I was thinking, you know what, let me just put some coolant in here and top up every day, and so that, you know, I don't have to worry about that stuff. Oh, look at my bearings, bro. But so I don't have to worry too much about it. And unfortunately, that was probably a bad idea because now I think all of that heat from overheating and stuff like that has really caused a huge strain on my engine. And now when I finally got the part replaced, put my compressor back on, and because this is my compressor here and the parts under my compressor, when I finally got that in and on again, I gassed my AC on my compressor, boom. I'll show you guys a clip of what's happening. So I started getting this white smoke coming out the back of my car, and that's not good. That's a head gasket blow. And if you guys know anything about Subarus, unfortunately the entire engine needs to come out. So I've been struggling to get mechanics to work on the car because it seems like a lot of them in Barbados don't really want that kind of work. And I gotta clean out, this is my air filter, I gotta clean this out. But it seems like those mechanics don't really want to do the work, which I'm like, if I'm paying why wouldn't you, you know, want to get that money? You know what I'm saying? But I guess everybody doesn't think like me, and everybody doesn't think the same way. And I guess they didn't want the work of you know, taking out the entire engine. Now I went back to the same garage that serviced my car that all of these problems started appearing from, and the lady at the front desk was extremely respectful. I liked her. The guy that dealt with me when I first took my car to get serviced, he stopped responding after some time. I messaged like twice, and I might be bold and show you guys some screenshots. And I messaged him like twice, and the dude just did not respond. Never responded. Even months after, didn't respond. And I had questions about my car. Why did the car not come back clean? Why this wasn't the case? And apparently it's because they said that I shouldn't take the car from them and I should wait on the part to come back in so that they could go ahead and replace it for me. Which would have been more money, and which would have put me out tremendously trying to get to and from work. Now, I understand that this could be my problem. This could be something that I caused because I decided that I was going to take the car, and I decided that I was going to, you know, I was gonna not wait. But at the same time, like, can you blame me in this kind of economy? Who wants to waste time catching the bus? And a lot of my content creation and stuff is based off of my time. My time is very important, and I need to get back home in time for you guys to see me on stream, to record, to do everything that I need to do before I go to bed. I only have about 5 to 6 hours every night to do all of that, to finish all that. So now, when I went back over there and to get a quotation on what it would take for me to get, because I looked up online, I diagnosed the problem, I figured out that it was my head gasket, but it couldn't have been that bad because the car was still drivable. Nothing seemed wrong. It was just the smoke coming out the back. And then I started getting slight performance drops, which that scared me. So I decided to park my car at home, and I haven't driven the car since that. I know this video is all over the place, but this is my head gaskets right here. So this is what they have to replace. It's a small little thing. I don't even know if my engine needs to get refaced, but I'm thinking my engine is gonna need to get refaced just because there might be some warpage. But another reason why I don't think that might be the case is because there's not that bad of a leak. So let me show you guys part of what I was finding. So first, let me go get, do I have any rag or anything in here? Let's see. So I took all of my insurance and everything out because I was figuring that I was gonna have a mechanic deal with the car here shortly, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So we're gonna use a rag here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some of the diagnosing process that I did. So we did a compression test. Compression in my radiator is holding. So for me, I was like, well, if it's a head gasket, it wouldn't hold, but see, that is right there. Hold on, let me wipe this. So we're gonna wipe with this hand, and let's put this back in here. See if I can prop up my phone. So compression on my car was holding, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but my oil's a little bit too full. So I checked my oil right there, the dipstick. I didn't see any mixing of the coolant. So, and at the same time I was having starter issues. So, which I think my starter's probably going bad, or parts of it are going bad. But then I decided, let's check here. And if I can get this undo, right. So I decided, let's check here. And in here, I was getting a very obvious mix of coolant and oil. However, it's not that serious, no. So that leads me to believe that the head gasket leak isn't that big of a leak. So, but it still needs to be worked on because that, you know, strange things. So Then I was having issues with my starter, and you guys are gonna see once I try to start the car, it'll take a little bit to start. I thought it was the battery, so I went and bought a new battery. I was getting the same issue. So I was like, let me check my starter. Every time I tapped the starter, it would start again. But again, like, these things are a little weird sometimes, so I didn't know. But then I tried this again, and now it works, but I don't know. My uncle helped me take it off, clean it, and then put it back together. So now it's back on there, and we are working. But sometimes it takes a little bit of time, or I gotta keep it turned for a little bit for it to start. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and start this real quick. It started right up that time, which is odd. This is because this is y'all, bro. But right now you're not gonna see any oil and coolant mixing right now. I'm not gonna let the car run for very long, but my car starts, it's fine. It's just that over time when I drive and the pressure builds, the stuff in the gasket is gonna be bad. So I need to go ahead and I'm gonna just go ahead and turn this bad boy off. I love my car, bro. I love my car. I was actually thinking of replacing it and everything, but it's not worth it. All right, so let's get back to my story. So I went for the quote from there, and the guy, the mechanic, he was like super rude. I don't even know, like when I say super rude, I mean more subtly rude. He was rude, but he was more condescending rude than actually rude. And he was like, didn't I say don't take this car from here? Y'all didn't bleed this system properly. And he was like trying to go in on me. I was like, bruh, like, I understand that you're a professional and you did your job, but you never once spoke to me. All y'all did was write on a piece of paper, not recommended to return to customer. You didn't come and say why. You didn't say, this is what could happen. Had you come and said something, maybe I wouldn't have taken it. But I have my priorities, and those are the things that I'm thinking about. If you have a recommendation to your customer, why not go ahead and explain to the customer why your recommendation is the way that it is, what they are risking. But this company is called Gasket. So I went for the quote to figure out how much this is gonna be to get this here fixed from them. You mean to tell me, right? Y'all charged me almost $4,000 for service and replacing a lot of my parts. And I got my brake pads replaced, I got my transmission fluid replaced, I got differentials replaced, I got oil filter, all that stuff. I got a lot of stuff replaced. And I'll show you guys a screenshot of what I actually got replaced. And they charged me almost $4,000 for it. But now this time, when I want to check and see if my head gasket is done, the estimate they had, and this is an estimate, it has nothing to do with the final price or price of refacing my engine heads or anything like that, my cylinder heads or anything like that. They wanted to charge me $4,000 just to take the engine off, inspect it, and replace any parts. Huh? Y'all gotta be mad. And then the price goes up because y'all are charging hourly. I understand my car is very difficult to do. You have to take everything out, but $4,000 is absolutely crazy for the average person. So I had to go look for other options. Now the issue with other options is the other mechanics, the smaller shops, the people who don't have big garages like the one that I went to. They didn't seem to want the work. They acted extremely unprofessional with me. I would message this guy, I would call him, he would not answer his phone. This is one person. This was a recommendation that I got from somebody else. He replied to me the first day, second day, etc. Once I came to do the test on my car, this dude stopped responding. And I bought the parts, and let's say I went to him on Monday. By Tuesday, I had the replacement part. I went and bought it straight up. And this guy stopped responding to me. Up to now, this is almost 2 weeks later. He has not responded to me. He has not answered or returned any of my calls. and he was gonna be the one to assign the person to work on my car. It's 2 weeks later. I had to go around and get people to ask for help, and I appreciate all the people around me and all the people who tried to help to try to get mechanics to deal with my car. I really do appreciate y'all. It goes a long way, and it really meant something to me. But these a lot of the mechanics said no. Well, 2 said straight up no, I don't want to work on that car. Cool, I understand that, I appreciate that, and I respect that. But to the other 5 or 6 that I spoke to, and they stopped responding, they never got back to me, all this kind of stuff, bro, shame on y'all, bro. Like, what kind of unprofessional thing that is? I finally found 2 that are willing to do it. 1 gave me a better price, but I had to wait. And then the other one, it's a little out of my budget, which, you know, is quite understandable. So for now, I'm waiting until this guy responds to me, and if at a certain time he doesn't respond to me, I'm gonna go with the other mechanic. I'm gonna send him a message and ask him if he can start it, and yeah. So hopefully I get my car back as soon as possible and can drive it again. But yeah, I wanted to just give you guys a rundown, and I'm thinking of doing another video.